Hey, praise El Shaddai, praise El Shaddai. This gonna probably be my last video before the year is over with. When it ends, we go to the year 2022. I know some of you celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate those holidays. Uh, I do have gatherings. We got a gathering on the 17th. People do give away gifts, but I don't celebrate these holidays. But you know, um, I'm working on try to get a backup channel so I can speak about speak about God a little bit more on that channel. Come on there, my channel, and just read scripture. You know that's what I want to do. But but I will talk about things in this world because I'm gonna say this again because God said you live in this world but don't become of the world. So I'm gonna speak a little brief in this commentary. I want to speak about some things I've been hearing because I was just I went to Chicago to say goodbye to my dad. I was I brought my 11-year-old. I didn't know my oldest daughter. She came. She came up. She we it was nice, man. It turned out even though it was there was some me I was a little angry towards my baby brother and my baby sister. Now my brother that's under me. We cool, but I'm over it, man. It's in God's hand, and people will still ask me I should do this and do that. There's nothing I can do, man. Because I didn't know my dad was being cremated until the day of the of the funeral. It wasn't a funeral; it was a memorial service. So it's in God's hands. But I just want to speak about if we're going to speak about certain issues, like the conviction of officer, former officer Kim Potter. You know, I wish you guys understand that what Kim Potter did, she knew she was going to get convicted. I mean, there's no way around it. If you look at the video of her on, screaming, saying she's going to prison, she's going to prison. So there's no, this is no surprise. This happened at the neck of my woods. It's happened in my neighborhood. Okay, so we have to, you know, understand that we deal with a lot of people that have a lot of demonic, a lot of people that's dealing with a lot of people look at the fact that she saw a young man that was mixed, black, or whatever you want to call them, and then they felt like okay she made a mistake or she was racist. Well, if you want to call her that, man, you go ahead, you say what you want to say. That's your perception. But that her case, I told people that I know, my wife and other people, I said that her case is not the same as George Floyd. Ain't the same. It's not the same. But the media and people on social media was hyping up to be the same. And I pray that I hope they know that just get. I have no problem with getting this video out there. But I'm just saying it's not the same. Yes, we have issues, but if you look at I'm gonna use a little bit of the speak a little bit of the word today. Yes, in the Bible, God said He hates the wickedness. He didn't say nothing about He hates the black wickedness. He didn't say nothing about He hates the Asian wickedness. He didn't say nothing about He hates the white wickedness. We talk about know your history. That Bible is a part of history. We have a lot to do in that history, y'all, in that Bible. But some of you have forgotten your way. And I understand that because you're still in darkness. But I love you and I will continue to pray for some of you. And it's okay. It's okay. I understand. Some of you are still addicted to watching porn. And I understand that. I am still trying to find my way as being a Christian because I'm watching some of these Christians, some of these Christians that I respect. I can get the message from them, but I can still tell that some of these guys are just clout chasing. Shout out to Pastor David Lynn and shout out to Pastor Dory Love, the true guys that I can see that's really doing it. Those guys are anointed by God. They're really doing this work. Now, I want to say that I keep hearing. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Mr. Kelly in this video. Because I'm not a blogger. I've always said that I'm not a blogger, man. I don't care about subscribers. I don't care about being no content creator. Never did. Even before I became a Christian, I've always said when I said the spirit of the Messiah came in my room and saved me, I tell some people that stirred, man, they look at me like I'm from another planet. Some people laugh at me. It's okay, but I'm telling you the truth. I was defending a celebrity. Who's celebrity? R. Kelly. That is one of my testimonies. Nobody wants to hear that. People think I'm making it up. Some people believe me. When some of you get on your platforms and you speak about, and I got to speak about, man, as a Christian man, I got to speak the truth about some of you. We talk about certain celebrities that we idolize, we worship, we bow down to these people like they're gods. And I told y'all they're not gods. We can't keep idolizing these people, man, like that. And I'm gonna give you an example, okay? When I went to Chicago, me and my oldest daughter, I don't even talk about stuff like, the R. Kelly case, the Bill Cosby case with my oldest daughter, because I know that she leans so far. She's caught up in that whole Black Lives Matter organization. I know that she's so a feminist, and her boyfriend, he's I have to accept him because that's who she chooses to date. Because when because I know her mother and her stepfather doesn't like the guy. I know that. But I'm not going to get involved in that. She's a grown woman. She's 24 years old. As long as she's studying, she's in school, getting good grades, she's studying to be a scientist. Hey, man, I ain't got to do who she date. Because I know her mother tries to get me one time when she was doing something, trying to get me to give that tough love and, scream at her. Nah, man, I talk to my daughter. I talk to her, have conversation with her. But she believes that R. Kelly and Bill Cosby is guilty. I just want to put that out there. For the ones that's always defending, putting Bill Cosby on this pedestal, like he's, he did all the stuff for black colleges, but the black colleges is the one that turned their back on Dr. Cosby. Okay? My oldest daughter and my baby sister believe Bill Cosby is guilty. And I told my daughter, I said, even though I didn't even bring this up, I had a conversation with her boyfriend about, the case about R. Kelly. For some reason, my daughter got angry, and the conversation the day we was going on our way back to Chicago, she started, getting into, brought up Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. So we got into a heated discussion. Oh, this thing about R. Kelly and Bill Cosby is, some people think that, people that get on social media, they get on YouTube, they just talk. I went to Chicago, and I also had a conversation with my other relatives. Only person they really think that's so innocent is Michael Jackson. And I always throw in their face, how do you know Michael Jackson innocent? And I told her boyfriend, who thinks that R. Kelly is guilty. I asked him because I talked to him the night before. I said, we had a conversation that night before we went back to Chicago. I said, what makes you think that R. Kelly, what makes you think? Well, the new videotape. I said, what videotape you talking about, man? And he said, the new one, the new one, man. I said, you talking about the one on CNN? That what you talking about, man? You're not talking about the one that, Mike Avenatti was on CNN. You ain't talking about that one, ain't you? And he said, oh, I gotta go, man. So I started talking about, he has a catalog that's worth billions of dollars. You know that? He said, you talking about like, Michael Jackson, the catalog? I said, yeah, man. Then he wanted to go. And then next thing, that's when me and my daughter got into, And my daughter, my oldest daughter, my oldest child, she was saying, Michael Jackson was the one that's the innocent one because he didn't have a childhood. I said, what makes you think Michael Jackson so innocent? This is what the point I want to make to y'all. What make y'all think Michael Jackson is so innocent? Because some of you say that R. Kelly had an inappropriate relationship with Aaliyah, right? This is what the blogger Harvey says from Chicago. I'm gonna say your name, man. Harvey Yorrell. You said R. Kelly had an inappropriate relationship with a little, and you saw he was on the videotape with a 14-year-old. That's what you said. She was 14, right, Harvey? That's what you said, right, brother? But Michael Jackson was friends with Macaulay Culkin and Corey Feldman, right? Now, I've talked to people, associates of mine, friends of mine. I said, well, Michael Jackson was cleared by the FBI. They said, doesn't matter. We wasn't there. And I just said, my daughter thinks that he's innocent, Michael Jackson. But there's people that also think Michael Jackson did and think Bill Cosby is guilty. My daughter thinks Bill Cosby is guilty. My baby sister thinks Bill Cosby is guilty, and R. Kelly. No matter how much you get on your platform, man, and yell about a videotape, and yell about Michael Jackson is so innocent, there's people out there that think Michael, they did something. There's some people that think Michael wasn't there. That's one friend of mine. Just one. But there's more that think Michael didn't do it. And I asked my daughter, and I asked her boyfriend, I said, why are you defending Michael Jackson? It's because he's not here. It's because Michael Jackson is dead. And they could not give me an answer. Harvey Yorrell, Nicole Views, Juice Story News, Galvin. I got to say your names because this has got to stop. You can keep speaking how you want to speak, but this is my last video about this, talking about this. Was it inappropriate for Michael Jackson to have been friends with Macaulay Culkin as a child star? Was it inappropriate for Michael Jackson to be friends with Corey Feldman as a child star? Or was it, say inappropriate for Michael Jackson to meet Brooke Shields when she was 15, he was 21? Was that inappropriate? Do you know anything about this R. Kelly case, Harvey Yorrell? Do you know anything about Barry Hankerson, who set R. Kelly up? We can say, yeah, it's inappropriate. There's a lot of things inappropriate about that business. We can say a lot of things inappropriate. It's inappropriate for a man to admit, to get on his platform and admit that he likes, that he knows every name from porno. You know, brother, you know all the names from porno. I said I was addicted to porn, but one thing I can't name a bunch of people from porno movies. I can't name no bunch of porn stars from porno movies. I can name a few of them, but you know probably every name, every male, every female name in the porno movies. No shade, I'm just speaking the truth here. Yes, I am a Christian man, but some things need to be told here. When you talk about Bill Cosby case, you, Nicole, all of y'all had the transcripts, you had everybody on your show, you read it, and the people you had on there that call it, they say they defend R. Kelly, was they really defending R. Kelly? Some of the people you had on your platforms? I gotta ask the question. You keep saying that he was on this video with this 14-year-old. Let me ask you a question, Brother Harvey Yorrell. You do know it's illegal to watch porn, child pornography. You do know that, right? You do know that, Harvey, right? You can name male porn stars and female porn stars. I can't. I only can name a few porn stars who I used to watch by name. Women. Only 3 or 4 of them. I didn't never sit there and watch porn to the point where I can name a bunch of porn stars. You can. And I got to speak the truth because you keep talking about that was inappropriate for him to have a relationship. What about Michael Jackson? What about Michael Jackson? His relationship would have been friends with Macaulay Culkin. Yes, we love Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson, man. But I got to speak the truth here, brother. And I'm not here to say Michael Jackson done anything wrong. We said he was cleared by the FBI. But when I told my daughter, my oldest daughter and her boyfriend, how do you know that Michael Jackson's so innocent? Because he's dead? Why we defend Michael Jackson so much? And then when I say, okay, they said, well, the FBI, you keep saying the federal government cleared him. You talking about the same federal government that's responsible for the death of Fred Hampton? The same federal government that's responsible for the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr.? Are you talking about the same government that y'all say infiltrated the Nation of Islam? This what y'all say, right? No shade. I gotta speak the truth here, my brother. Then y'all keep talking about you don't want nobody to pray for y'all. What have prayers gotten us? You don't think them folks that have Black Wall Street The Chitlin Circuit, the Rosewood, didn't own churches, didn't believe in God. You didn't think they believe in the Messiah? You have no faith. You have no belief, brother. A lot of these folks that's only Reverend Al Sharpton, your Reverend Jesse Jackson, your Benjamin Crumps, they're part of organizations, man. Freemasons and QBs and all this type of stuff. I know about it. I've talked to people that knows them. They're not going to defend no R. Kelly. They didn't even defend Bill Cosby. The more you talk about R. Kelly and say, well, I'm going to defend him, but then you talk about some tape, you ain't defending him. Barry Hankinson was part of that setup in 2008 trial. Whether y'all believe Choke No Joke, whether we believe these letters are real or not, I ain't going to get into all that. I don't care about all that right now. The fact of the matter is, Barry Hankinson has always been a part of the setup, along with other people that was in his camp. Whether y'all believe Choke No Joke is being used, he's being taken advantage of. Hell, everybody was taken advantage of in this whole process. Our emotions and people trying to defend this man, trying to come out. I just got into a heated discussion with my oldest daughter. She got angry at me because I told her, I said, look, sweetie, if you start believing everything the media tells you, then you become a brainwashed slave. She got angry, and my oldest daughter used profanity. She said, I can't believe this, Dad. You defending effing R. Kelly. Use the F word. And I told her, hey, you need to calm down now. You understand what I'm trying to tell y'all here? And then I told her, look, I said, did you know anything about this R. Kelly case? She said, and I told her, Bill Cosby was he's free. The conviction was overturned. She said, just because he's, was let out, that doesn't mean that he didn't do it. I said, sweetie, you don't know. Did you follow the Bill Cosby case? Did you follow I said, you cannot argue with the transcripts. You can't argue with the people that was in the courtroom that took notes. She couldn't say anything. See, man, when y'all speak about R. Kelly and say, well, I told her, R. Kelly's not an angel. He's not pure. Who is? Who is? Who is perfect? Nobody is perfect. So I don't understand why some of y'all continue to talk about this videotape. That's illegal. And how would they be able to show that on websites if that was just pornography? That y'all say child pornography. That's illegal. I've told you this before. But people like Harvey Yorel, he doesn't want to be wrong. Because he's selfish. He's one of these type of guys. Yeah, he's selfish. He's a selfish guy, man. I'm going to call Harvey. He's one of those type of guys. He got too much pride. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of pride. This black thing. He's like, they got this black thing. It's about black. You know what I'm saying? I was just in Chicago, man, for 5 days, man. I talked to a lot of people that know Benjamin Crump, people that know Reverend Al Sharpton. They know these guys, man. This dude just talk. This dude just don't want to be wrong. He has a spirit of he don't want to be wrong. He got that spirit of the spirit of that's the jealous spirit. See, Kerry Kelly already admitted that he lied on his brother. R. Kelly brother admitted that he lied on his brother. He already came out and said he lied on his brother. Bruce Kelly, who I admit that I apologize. I put it on my community post that I got it wrong about Bruce Kelly. Bruce Kelly came out and said those stories about him going to all these high schools, those stories is made up. Who know his brother better than who know his family better member than his big brother Bruce? Who is Harvey Yorel? You don't know Robert. You don't know Mr. Kelly. But he gets on this platform for the past 2 or 3 years and he speaks like he knows this man. And y'all listen to this man. If it ain't him, you listen to Casino for Life. Because he got photos of this man. I got family members that know they've been out with hung around. I got a family member that hung out with that knows Obama. That sat down with President Obama. I mean, this guy, Harvey Oswald, needs prayers, man. He really does. He needs prayers. He don't like to be wrong. But when it comes to Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, it's like Michael Jackson, it can't be no wrong. So if it was inappropriate for R. Kelly to be Leah's producer, her first album, and her mentor, so was it wrong for Michael Jackson to meet Brooke Shields when she's 15 and be friends with her and he was 21? Was it wrong for Michael Jackson to be friends with little boys? Not saying Michael Jackson did anything wrong. Look, I know Michael Jackson didn't do anything wrong. But we got to speak the truth about everything. Not because somebody is not here. It has to be done right. We got to stop this nonsense. Everything is not always about race, man. These people are race. Some of these folks are race baiters, man. People talking about R. Kelly did some foul things. Really? Oh, really? Minister Louis Farrakhan getting out there making statements about what he said about Brother Malcolm X? That wasn't foul? Huh. Man, y'all better wake up. I am a Christian man. I am a man of God. But I am not naive to know that we don't have problems in this world. When they handed, who, let me say this. Who handed the Romans over? Who handed the Messiah over to the Romans before the Romans crucified him? Who did it? Read your Bibles. We keep talking about the same old thing, and whether you believe, whether choke no joke, let or not, but that Barry Hankerson story about him with the whole Leah situation and him setting them up and all that stuff is accurate. Barry Hankerson is responsible for R. Kelly. Help him with his downfall, him being locked up, and him being, the stigma with the whole predator, him being considered a predator, the whole video thing. Talking about go back and look at that video. No, Harvey, you go back and look at that video. Seems like you were fascinated with that video, man. How do you know that girl was 14 years old, Harvey? If that was R. Kelly on that video. You go back and look at that video, Harvey, since you like to talk about that video all the time. Since you addicted to porn. You go back and look at that video, Harvey, you're real. How do you know that girl was 14 years old? Talking about all these white folks and Woody Allen and all these guys, and man, they know they be doing things. What they call what did R.A. Jackson say? Cultural obligation. You telling people you ain't got to defend nobody when they doing wrong. Look at you. You defending Hugh Hefner. And I'm not saying, look, people commit sin. R. Kelly committed a sin. Dr. Cosby committed a sin. Hugh Hefner took pictures of Brooke Shields when she was underage, man. She was a minor. Robert Sylvester Kelly do not know Hugh Hefner. Yeah, he shouted him out in the song. He don't know no Hugh Hefner. He didn't know no Jeffrey Epstein. We gotta speak the truth. We cannot sit there and just talk about R. Kelly and say, well, yes, I'm defending him, but that was him on that videotape. He did some foul things. That don't even sound right. You're not defending him. Tarina Sheet did the same thing. Some of these people, man, as my brother would say, Colin Kaepernick. They say, oh, Colin Kaepernick, he did Jay-Z did him dirty. He did Kanye West dirty. But you don't talk about what Jay-Z did to R. Kelly, huh? You never talk about that, don't you? He got the money. Kanye West got a whole bunch. That's all y'all fascinated about, these folks' money. All y'all care about is money, man. How much these folks got. Jay-Z, what Jay-Z did to them. You never talk about what Jay-Z did to Robert Sylvester Kelly. You have your picks, you have your choose, and some of these folks belong to secret society. I'm telling y'all, man. It's already been out there. Benjamin Crump, Colin Kaepernick. What man you know can take a knee and walk away with $100 million? Yeah. And then get sponsored by Nike. I mean, Craig Hodges pretty much was the first one that took a knee. I mean, he spoke out against racism. He actually spoke out against it. They didn't give him he didn't walk away from NBA for $100 million. He didn't get no Nike sponsoring him. He didn't get no television show about his life. But Colin Kaepernick did. Colin Kaepernick is no Muhammad Ali, y'all. I'm sorry. He ain't no Jim Brown. Sorry. He's part of that whole, not a Freemason, but it's part of the secret society. Y'all didn't know nothing about that. I found out about it when I went to Chicago. It's a lot of things I found out. A lot of things y'all just don't know. See, Harvey O'Rourke don't. He just talks. Yeah, he's smart. He knows a lot about history. When you have people that's in the industry that you know that's related to you, and you have other family members that be around these type of people, individuals, you can't tell me nothing. And as a Christian man, I gotta speak the truth. Because I ain't gonna be doing, I mean, I'm gonna talk about stuff like this sometimes, but you can't tell me these people are not, they're not Christian, they're not saved. You can't serve two gods. How you gonna call yourself a reverend? You mess around with stuff like that. How you gonna serve a God, our God, my Lord, the Messiah, and you serving, and you messing with secrets, messing around with stuff like that? And you wonder why they come out there. You don't know why. You support Bill Cosby. Y'all support Dr. Cosby, and you have no idea why they're going after Dr. Cosby again on this new documentary. They got another hit piece going after Bill Cosby again. And this guy's Harvey O'Rourke, who's from Chicago, born and raised, the home of my hometown, Chicago, and the home of Robert Sylvester Kelly. He has no idea why they're going after Dr. Cosby again. He don't even know why. I know exactly why they're going after Dr. Cosby again, but he doesn't know why. I know why this hit piece. They're just gonna let Dr. Cosby go. Just go out of jail, and that was that was it. He don't even know why that they're coming after Dr. Cosby again. I know why. I know everything. The reason why they're going after this man again. But you're supposed to be for the people, right? You and all other Cosby supporters. The minute that Dr. Cosby was acquitted, it was overturned. Y'all ran away. Everybody threw Kelly under the bus. But see, when it came to Justice Smollett, oh, okay. I have no problem with us defending Justice Smollett. But Justice Smollett was part of the Me Too and Time's Up organization, along with Kamala Harris. So we're going to sit there and Kim Fox, she helped Justice Smollett, but she threw R. Kelly under the bus? How does that make sense to you, Harvey? How does that make sense to any of you? Then you have Tariq, she makes a video talking about justice for Juicy. Come on, man. That's not even funny. What is that? R. Kelly was convicted of the Mann Act, man. Racketeering. Then Tariq gonna say, charge him with that. Charge him with what? What videos they talking about in Chicago? What videos they got? Some videos they done chumped up together? The same old video? Altered deepfake video? Lord have mercy. Some of you need to give your life to God, man. What have prayers gotten us? What have this pro-black gotten us, man? Tell me that. I tell you what prayers has gotten me. Believing in God. It's gotten me a peace of mind. God has healed me. Oh, God has healed me. God has anointed me to be able to play instruments. I never thought I could play. I never could play no guitar. To be able to write more. I never was a musician like that, but God He's anointed me with that. And it's calmed me down to the point where I don't want to feel like I want to attack nobody, I want to kill somebody, or want to kill myself, or want to, go out on a suicide mission. And I hope that I hope that Brother Harvey or any of these people out here realize that's what God is showing me. It's not about, those folks that have Black Wall Street, all those people that have that, they own things, they own churches, they believe in God. It's not being a Christian. It's not no cake. It's not a cake and a walk. It's not easy to be a Christian. They crucified the Messiah, man. They killed some of the apostles. They killed them off. It's not easy being a Christian. It's not easy being saved. But when you reject him, when you reject his people, you rejecting God, man. I'm telling you. A lot of those folks in the Bible were people of color. They were African people. They were black people. And a lot of folks didn't do what they were supposed to do, man, in the Bible. And history repeats itself. And I'm just trying to keep it honest and keep it real. I'm not coming against Brother Harvey. I love brother. I prayed for that brother. None of these the people that support Dr. Cosby or Michael Jackson. But we can't just say Michael Jackson didn't do things that was like, okay, Michael, why are you hanging out with little boys? Or they little family, or why do you want to be friends or seeing photo with, I didn't have a child. He didn't have a childhood. Well, New Edition was in the industry when they were little boys. They came out when they were little. I mean, let's be honest. New Edition came out when they were little children too. Did you see Bobby Brown hanging out with little boys? He had a drug habit. You see Ralph Tresvant hanging out with little boys. I'm just saying, let's be honest. We get Michael Jackson a pass for everything. I said I was going to talk about, but I got to speak the truth. If I didn't speak the truth, what am I here for? I love Michael Jackson, man, but when it comes to R. Kelly, all R. Kelly when he lived was inappropriate. So when Michael Jackson had with Brooke Shields, when he was 21, she was 15, because she's a Caucasian woman? Come on, man. Come on, people, man. We got to stop this, man. Barry Hankerson set that whole thing up. They was not married. It was read this transcript. Get your transcript and read it, Harvey. You just talking and you just running your mouth, dude. Read the transcript, brother. That's all I ask for. Get one day that if you're gonna talk about Bill Cosby, Galvin, all you guys, Sean Haynes, whatever your name is, hide the transcripts on your platforms, man. I think see y'all speak about everybody, man. Read the transcripts. Have the people that was in the courtroom that took notes. Don't have folks on there, man, that didn't take no notes. Have the folks on there that was speaking against Mr. Kelly. Didn't have them on there. Have them on your platforms. As my brother was saying, asked one of my brothers, I said, look, is this person, is Mr. Kelly, is he a part of some type of secret society, a Freemason? And I have nothing against Freemasons, man, but that's not of God. I got to speak the truth. He said, they say, no, R. Kelly ain't part of that stuff, man. That's one of the reasons why he's having a hard time. I'm going to say this again. I'm not getting back and forth with nobody about no notes and about no whether them letters are real. That ain't my tea. I ain't got no time for going back. I'm not following nobody but God and what God leads me to do. But I'm gonna tell you this much: some of the stuff about Barry Hankerson, that stuff about Barry Hankerson, that's accurate. That's real. I've been know about that. The stuff about Barry Hankerson that man was saying was accurate. I ain't gonna get into the whole his sisters, the sisters. I ain't got time for all that stuff, man. I don't have the when you can't get yourself, you can't get you can be passionate, but don't get yourself angry to the point where you lose control. Then you start losing control, you start having health issues. You don't want to have health issues, man. So some of y'all got to calm down, take it easy. R. Kelly is a celebrity, man. He's an artist. He's not God. And I understand, I don't owe R. Kelly a damn thing. And R. Kelly Robert don't owe me nothing. He don't owe me nothing either. Okay? So we got to be careful what we're doing, how we speak, and what we say. He deserves our help, yeah. Like just like y'all help, like y'all went out in protest for anybody else that's been shot down by police. Anybody that's been done right with the judicial system. We need to speak about other people, other issues as well, not just R. Kelly. But if you can go out here and speak ill about this man and put this man down, talking about he did this and he went to all these schools and all this and that, and I'm talking to people that saying no, that didn't happen. If he did go to a school, it's because his teacher was there, and he did walk. If he did go to McDonald's because he liked McDonald's, it reminds him of his mother. I like McDonald's. I like Burger King. I like Wendy's. I don't understand what is this whole fascination about R. Kelly and Aaliyah relationship when Aaliyah already denied they were married. Barry Hankerson, say it again, Barry Hankerson is the one, along after Dermot David came along, they all used this man, took advantage of this man. The problem I have with Mr. Kelly is he started to find out these things. He kept allowing people to take advantage of him. I don't understand that, man. But when it comes to Barry Hankerson was kind of like, it was a little bit different with him. But once Mr. Kelly fired him, that is when all these the tapes come out, and and the whole him and Aaliyah with the whole marriage thing to her to sell records. Y'all don't understand that. What about Genuine? He worked with Aaliyah when she was about 15, 16 years old. I'm talking about Timberland. I'm sorry. Timberland, and you got pictures of Genuine with his arms around her, Puffy with his arms around Aaliyah when she was underage. Nobody says something about that. Y'all got your mind just made up about R. Kelly. Convicted of the Mann Act, 110-year-old law. A racist slave law. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about that. Y'all should have been outraged. Not just the RICO and racketeering. First celebrity R&B rock star to be convicted of something like that. You have no outrage about that. You talking about a videotape, which is on websites for years. They're not going to show no child pornography on no websites. Use your common sense, man. Didn't R. Kelly say that in the Gayle King interview? Use your common sense. If this woman, Jennifer Bonjean, I'm going to say something you don't know about it. If Jennifer Bonjean thought R. Kelly was so guilty, do you really think she would come out here and defend him? See, Brother Harvey, since you from my hometown, Chicago, and you keep talking about that video, some of y'all some of you guys, you need Jesus in your life. I pray for you, man. Just because somebody you see people that get like Slim 400 who got shot down, and other rappers who be getting killed, we get killed. See, don't think because you're not out, you don't do this, you don't do that, and that God ain't punishing you. God's gonna punish all of us. If you don't serve Him, you don't serve Him, you don't respect His Son, God gonna punish you, man. That goes for me too. We have to serve God. We gotta give our life to God. We have to repent. And we get out and that you go to Proverbs, man. And Proverbs, you go to that scripture, man, and read it, and just go to that, go to Proverbs, start reading about. Be careful what you use, with the tongue you use, how we speak about people. I be careful and with the stuff we say. I'm just being honest with you, man. Some of you wish the death on people. We could talk about Woody Allen. You could talk about Roman Polanski. You could talk about Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, what he did, the parents was okay with it. So what did he do? I mean, we can talk about Elvis Presley all you want to. They're not going to mess with Elvis Presley legacy. They're not going to do Elvis Presley because Elvis Presley's, the parents, they were okay with it. R. Kelly did not do anything that was illegal in man's land, in man's law. He might have committed a sin, but y'all the one made this thing into a y'all made this thing into a whole y'all did this. Black media, y'all made R. Kelly into a monster about Aaliyah. Y'all did this. Some of you people on social media call yourself black and conscious and woke. Y'all holding it down. You people don't even know. You people don't even represent the Messiah. You have no. You don't have Yeshua the Messiah in your vocabulary. And you gotta never talk about some R. Kelly. At least R. Kelly believe in God. At least he believe in Jesus. What do you believe in? Talk this pro-black stuff, man. Come on, man. Only person I can see to do the civil rights movement that had God with him was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And they still took him out of here. But he did God's work. What if prayers gotten us? Are you serious, man? God does a whole lot of things. Y'all try to, you try to play off Dr. King, because he tried to use his speeches like him and Malcolm X was on. They both had Malcolm X and Dr. King. Malcolm X was changing. He wasn't sounding the same, calling all white people. He wasn't calling all white folks devils. During the last years of Malcolm X's life, Malcolm X, he started changing his whole philosophy, his speeches. He's trying to bring people together. He wasn't calling all white folks devils. So I don't understand what this whole Malcolm X and Dr. King, they started, Malcolm X, Dr. King started to sound more like Malcolm X. Man, get out of here, man. Y'all just be running with this whole race baiting, trying to get folks all wild up. I get it, man. We have issues. And I understand you. We deal with that. Kim Potter, she got convicted and she made a terrible mistake and she's paying for it. But there ain't nothing to celebrate. But you still ain't got reparations. That ain't here yet. That's all I gotta say. If you believe everything the media tells you, then you ain't nothing but a brainwashed slave. Well, nowadays you just a damn fool. So free yourself, free your mind, and free your soul. Give it to the Lord Jesus Christ. If you do that, I guarantee you that everything will be all right. With that being said, love is God and God is love. I love you, but Jesus loves you more. Now, in this video, you heard me speaking very passionate, and I felt like I was speaking out, my voice got a little bit, rowdy a little bit. That don't mean I'm angry. I'm just, I'm a little passionate when I speak. I love these people I spoke about, but I had to speak the truth today, y'all. And I also love Michael Joseph Jackson as well. And I do still listen. I went back and listened to the music because if you go to the Song of Solomon, go read that scripture for yourself. Go read the song in the Bible, Song of Solomon. And you see why I still listen to Michael. I go back and listen to Michael Jackson and some of R. Kelly's music when it's not speaking about just sex. Marvin Gaye and stuff like that. So, peace. I'm out of here, y'all. Gotta go. Love y'all.